There it goes. It's the first time he's driving that van. He's a good driver, he'll be okay. I'm sending the van on a mission. It should come back. It should come back with a transmission jack in the back of it, or inside it, whatever. I got something to do, and then we'll be back after bed. And it's back already. Well, that didn't take long. About a half a second in YouTube time, right? Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, I'm gonna get out in the garage for now and get this thing back over in the shade. It's gonna be a really, really hot day. I just really did something stupid. I can't believe I did this. I can't believe it. I just did something really stupid to the air conditioner. I just can't believe I did it. Even Bella was shaking her head in disbelief. Hang on, I need a moment again. Let's do something for just a second. We'll go back to that. All right, in the last video, a number of people commented about just renting a transmission jack, and I figured, you know, I'd have to rent it twice, you know, to get the transmission the rest of the way out of the coachman, and then go take the rental back. And then once the transmission got back from the transmission shop, go rent it a second time. And I thought, you know, by the time I run over and run back and do the rental agreement and, you know, pay and, you know, twice, I figure I'm going to use this once. I'm not going to bang it all up. I'll wipe it off. I'll put it back in the box, take a couple pictures of it, and I'll list it as, you know, used once in excellent condition, and I'll list it on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and resell it. And for the loss I'll take on it, you know, I'll probably break about even, the difference between renting it. Heck, I might even get lucky and it'll be cheaper doing it this way than renting one twice. So, and it saves me the running back and forth, you know, doing that. And then, of course, once you rent it, once you rent one, then the clock is ticking. Get her done and get the thing back. So, I don't even want to look at that right now. All right, how about a hint? It has to do with a drill. These were involved. Any guesses what I did? All right, so what I did was, this air conditioner has been holding more water lately, and to the point, and it's not angled down for drainage as well as it should be. It is angled down a little bit. Maybe I should have made it a little bit more, but it's never been a problem here until I think our last camping trip out. This doesn't come with a drain hole. Okay, some of them come with like a little knockout plug, and you can just either let it drain out or directly, or I had one time they had you could knock that plug out and screw a thing and actually put a hose on it if you wanted to, say, redirect it somewhere. But this one doesn't have, and believe me, I have checked and checked and checked. There is no knockout. There's no place for a drain. And what somebody told me was that some of these newer ones were designed to, it can actually puddle it a little bit at the bottom, and that the fan in there is supposed to just evaporate it and then run dripping. And I'm like, and that's kind of the way it has operated. I just took their word for it. What do I know about air conditioners? Not my strong suit. And it's worked. It's been fine until recently. Then we got, one night we was at camp. You know, this is open on the side and a little bit on the top, not as much. But, you know, we did have a real heavy rain and wind. And some of it came in on the inside and actually got a pillow in here wet on the inside there on the bed. Yeah, where else would a pillow be, right? So I chalked it up to, okay, there was a storm. And now the thing's been running We had it running yesterday, and actually, my youngest son is who used the van and went and got the transmission jack for us. And when he pulled out here, I noticed when he kind of went around and pulled out, I noticed water actually coming out of the air conditioner. I'm like, wow, there is a substantial amount of water in there. I did have the camera going, all right, so I slowed it down, that little clip, and maybe you can tell, you can see it coming out as just as he's pulling up and out onto the street, and the van leans a little bit to the left. There it goes. So I got the bright idea, but dang it, I'm going to put drain holes in it. And I thought, maybe back here in the very lower corner, you can see there's some components, you know, up in here. It looked like there's a, you know, it'd be okay down here. I looked down in there, I said, yeah, I can just put one right here in the very, very back corner, and it's not going to harm any of the internal components. And so I drilled that hole, and sure enough, the water came out and came out and came out. I'm like, okay, fixed. Oh no, that wasn't good enough. I thought, yeah, I guess I need to repaint this again, huh? I thought, well, let me put one in this little corner too, in case one gets a little bit plugged up or whatever, you know, two's better than one maybe. Well, it turns out, I mean, you see this little tiny kind of a nub. It's almost like a foot that you could have set it down on. Well, you know, and I'm not one to just drill, knowing these components are here, I'm not one to just let it break through and ram up into something else. I'm very careful, very cautiously, just kind of eased it, and the moment it kind of broke through, you know, be ready to stop. And that's what I did. But the second it broke through a little bit, I mean, I can't believe there's a component in there tucked away this close. I mean, obviously something's in there. It just looks like it's a fan shroud. It doesn't look like there's anything. I don't know. Well, what happened? Let me just... It depressurized. Okay? It's a pressurized system. It just, this moment it broke through, it just for a good solid, probably whole minute, it just left all the gases out, all the refrigerant out, and now it's ruined. And no, it's not worth getting fixed. This was like 159 bucks, probably for somebody to whatever tubing or whatever's in there, probably by the time they got the part, or maybe soldered up or whatever is in there, took it apart, you know, they have an hourly labor rate too, and recharged the whole thing. That bill would probably be more than what I even spent on the thing. So guess what, it's time to buy a new air conditioner. I just ruined this one. So me and my youngest son, he was here, and I mean, as soon as that broke, we both kind of just looked at each other. Our jaws dropped, like in disbelief that I did that. I just, how stupid, how stupid. Anyway, the plus side to that is, there is no plus side. There is no plus side to that. Ooh, it's like 100, and I just looked, I think almost the same exact model. I think the company might have sold out. It's a new name, but it looks, all the features on it look identical. Same dimensions and everything, so it should be an easy, relatively easy replacement. I think it's down to 148 bucks plus tax. So, ouch. So it was 148 plus tax, mistake. Okay. So I am going to bump this up on a priority list. Like I said in an earlier video, I always want to keep, you know, one vehicle on the ready. If I decide, you know what, I'm going to take off for a day or two and go do something, get away, this is going to take priority. For all the longer it's going to take to replace that. The Coachman doesn't need to go anywhere right now, anytime real soon. So the transmission thing, I still might work on that later and get it done, or tomorrow. Yeah, but this is still gonna happen here pretty quickly. I'll get back to that, but I want this on the ready. And besides that, when my youngest son does come over on his day off and gives me a hand or just hangs out, this serves as a guest house. Could be a hot muggy day or whatever, or evening. Turn the air conditioner on. He sleeps in there, and that's it. It's I don't know what else to say about that. So I think they have them in stock up at the store. I looked online and just gonna run up and grab one. All right, good old Walmart. I still can't believe this happened. I thought I'd get up here early and try to make sure that I get one. Sometimes we get a heat wave. There's a rush on air conditioners, and we are having a couple of real hot days, so there could be a run on air conditioners. If I wait too late in the day, they could all be gone, that sort of thing. I think my cart needs a front end alignment, but what do you think? Well, they seem to have plenty of them, and oh, I don't want to damage a box one. It's yep, 148 bucks. Oh, they even come in black. I think all the white ones are gone, which is okay. I want black. That way I don't have to paint it. And that's it. I don't need to be told about, you know, black collects more heat. It's fine. The difference is not that great, as some people might imagine. There's some more up there of undamaged boxes. I think I'm gonna need a hand getting one of those down. Actually, the guy come to help me. He says, well, we might have some of those out in the aisle. I'm like, oh, all right, let's go. And he found one. There's a bunch of them out here. Every model. This pallet. We're up there a little bit further. All right, well, we can keep the van. We can keep the van all in shape. I was gonna buy a little. I was just about ready to buy a little microwave for in the van, but that's gonna be put on hold. This is turning out to be an expensive month. This little oops is not helping matters. I got a transmission to pay for here pretty soon when I get it out. And there was the big hit of getting the van transmission done. That still hurts. I wonder if I'm gonna get stopped by the door greeter because I have this big item. What do I want to see my receipt? Make sure I paid for it. Well, of course I paid for it. I don't. He wasn't gonna fall for that. He clearly seen I had a camera. He's like, I'm not gonna have any parts of that. It's a trap. I don't stop when I'm asked to see a receipt. I just don't do it. I don't participate in that foolishness. They had every opportunity. If they thought I was stealing something, they have security cameras everywhere. Certainly at the checkout thing. People are always keeping an eye on you. Don't stop me at the door. Okay. What do I say? But I'm polite. They say, if I see a receipt, I'm like, I just say, no thank you. And I keep moving, and they don't bother. I don't know how much is gonna get worked on today. As I mentioned, I should unlock my door, huh? As I mentioned, we're kind of having a little bit of a heat wave. It's actually, it might hit 90 degrees today. For Pennsylvania, for Western Pennsylvania, we don't have too many days that reach 90. So it's hot to us, okay? And so sometimes we'll get some hot days, and other days we'll get some humid days. Sometimes we get a couple of days with both. So it's hot and humid. And I don't even think it's 10 a.m. yet. I feel it's gonna be warm. It's gonna be a warm one. It's already warming up, and it is humid too. You know, I already can feel the sweat. You know, so it's only gonna get worse as the day goes on. We might do the van though. We might get the air conditioner in. I don't know if we can do any transmission work today. It just finally occurred to me that this is probably one of those instances where I should have read the installation instructions on the other one about drainage, or how it really worked, not just hearsay and plugging it in and going. Maybe got to make sure it's a good solid 2 or 3 degrees. Maybe there was some way it was supposed to drain, and I just, maybe it's something I could have avoided. I'm going to take a few moments and actually dig through that one and make sure I get it right. Right off the bat when I put it in. Go dig that out and get going on that. Heck, I got 2 jobs going on at the same time. I was gonna make it 3. That's a job I should have done a long time ago. I'm just gonna stretch this out, and it's a windshield cover up there. I should have had it on there long before now. I'm not going to install the fasteners that go on it. It's a kit I got from, I think it was Shade Pro, and there's fasteners I have to permanently attach to the Coachman. I think it attaches in 2, 4, 6 places. But for now, I'm just going to stretch it out, and I might use a bungee cord and a clothesline or something, whatever I got to do. Just stretch it out on there to get it flattened out. Let it go through a couple of heat and cool cycles of beating the heat of the day, cool down overnight, heat up again tomorrow, cool down, you know, let it go through a couple cycles to really flatten the material out and let the material relax. And then I'll come back in a couple of days and put the attachments on. But, you know, for now, I'm just going to string it up there, and it'll help immediately. I probably could have saved a bunch already on the electric bill. I'm sure the air conditioner is running more than it would have if I'd have kept that glass from you know, the direct sunlight in the afternoon. It's clouded up a bit, so it's not so much right now, but that glass gets hot and it goes up above the curtains inside there. You can feel it. It's like a heat on the inside above those curtains. If you put your hand there, it feels like a heat register letting heat out. So I gotta get something on there. There it is. Now then I'm gonna get on with the other stuff. It's a little 5-10 minute job, and then it'll be ready for me to do the permanent install here in a couple of days. I don't know, it says Shade Master on it from Spring Valley, California. Oh, but it is www.shadepro.net is on there. All right. I think I need to like lasso the antenna up in the center. Get it up there somehow. It's a good time for weed eating, but I'm trying to make a video. A very good neighbor up there. Alright. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. That's the start. Just tied off on a mirror. All right. All right. We're getting there. Man, that's gonna make a difference. That's gonna cool that down so much. Yeah, I need to fix that other top corner a little bit better, like I have that corner, and just let that cycle. You know, like I said, a good hot day, and it cool down overnight. Another hot day. That should relax that material, and then I'll be careful not to do it while attached to. I have the bag of fasteners. I'll have to grab those. I don't think I want to put it on like while it's hot, you know, like this time of day when it's getting real hot, because like the material might be expanded. I might put the fasteners on there, and then when it cools down at night, it might like pull and shrink. You know what I mean? I think it's best to install those when it's just kind of cool. Just cool out. Now it's better if it expands and it gets a little bit of play, a little bit of slack, a little bit of slop in it, and the other way around to do it when it's hot, and then it contract and just pull and be too tight. So that might be the key to that. No installation instructions came with this, if anybody's thinking that. I better double check. Let me retract that. I better double check that. All right, has these loops. I don't know, probably use another way to tie it down. Maybe bungee it to the bumper or something, so the window. But it does have these, you know, these eyes that have a weird notch in them. It works with the, like I said, you'll see what type of hold downs those have. But those will all have to be actually screwed into the, you know, I'll have to mark that where it ends up at and attach those. And then you turn it one way so it goes on. You turn it 90 degrees so it can't come off, and then, you know, there's an attach and release position. But all right, that's gonna help immensely. I should have done this a long time ago. Really, I should have. All right, I'm gonna need to shuffle a few things around before I start this. Yeah, it's almost identical. They updated the knobs. I've already looked at the new one. Anyway, I think they measure the same width and height, so there shouldn't be a big problem. But I need to shuffle some tools around and kind of get reorganized a few things here. So we're gonna get that out of there, reinstall it. Some of you had asked how I did this. I didn't really make a good video on how I installed this here when I did it the first time, and I gotta tell you what, it has stayed put. It's a good solid installation. Maybe we'll do that, and I'll better review that, better show you how I did that. But it has really stayed put nice. And I do happen to have the cargo rack off the back of it right now, which make this a lot easier to work on, because I can stand right here instead of trying to step over or step on up on it. If it's not one thing, it's another. Oh, it's always. Okay, it's back in. I had drilled 3 holes in that channel. Okay, we showed in the garage, and they go through that plywood. That's that piece of like C channel. It goes up, it goes in and up over that plywood. The outside really doesn't do anything. It's just there. But yeah, I use that for that flange to drill through and mount to the plywood. Now we have some handiwork to do down here yet. We're getting there. Hope it doesn't rain tonight, because I don't think I have any caulking to redo the side just yet. I might just have to duct tape it up or hope for no rain. Alright, I probably could have done this part a little bit better, but I spaced out these 2x, and I could have compensated and cut an angle on the back of them so that they sat up better. But I just leave the other side loose for now, and until I get this other piece installed, and then I'll go back and tighten those up. But that's where this comes in. This will go this way. Okay, see the holes in here? I'll put lag bolts. Where are they at? There they are. And there's the holes there. I'll attach this angle with lag bolts, 2 in one side and 2 in the other. Okay, we'll go here and here. This will be attached with lag bolts. And then those 3 smaller holes, self-tappers go into this bottom foot of that. So this thing ends up being super solid. I can, you know, I can go down an awful lot of bumps and not ever worry about this thing ever coming loose. It stayed put. It was a son of a gun getting out of there. The old one, it was not loose at all. Better to over-engineer it than under-engineer it, and you can be bouncing down a lot of roads. Well, it's the moment of truth. Okay, we did test it out in the garage. It runs. It's installed. what's left to do other than I guess plug it in. Just plug into that, but we don't have the van plugged in at the moment. But I think we're ready to shut these doors and start cooling this thing. I say probably duct tape around here a little bit until I can get a fresh tube of caulking and do a better job. We don't have any more lean to it than what we did before, so the water problem hasn't been solved. I might drill that one hole in here like it was okay with the other one, and you can see in here for sure better. I'm just gonna watch what I'm doing this time better, not make that stupid mistake. We'll fix that drain. I was gonna try to shim this this bottom out a little bit more, you know, to create a little more tilt to it. I did read the manual this time. You know, there is no drain in it, but it does say to have it tilted, this back corner, 3/4 of an inch to an inch lower than this top corner. 3/4 of an inch lower than this corner. Okay, so it should be linked. I estimated it's about 1/4 inch, not 3/4 of an inch. So I don't have enough lean going to it. Who knows? Maybe we'll look at it tomorrow. Maybe I'll loosen these bolts up and put some flat washers between my little extender here and this. Maybe we'll just shim that out tomorrow. But for now, we're gonna wrap it up. Get the job 90% anyway. It's functional for the night. And it is a humid night. It is a humid night. All right, I plug her in. All right, actually, it's on max cool. Settings 1 through 7. We'll put it on 6. High fan, high cool. Nothing happens. Did I turn this off? Did I bump the? Yeah, helps if I turn that thing on. She's up and running. The van is once again air conditioned. All right, I'm gonna put this to bed for the night.